So there's a song, I don't remember what year it was made, but it was like the roof is on fire. Y'all remember that? Because that's the song that was going on in my mind. Like it was going through my mind as I was driving to our apartment complex, right? The roof was literally on fire above us. And so after they got the fire under control, the fire department, in order to put out the fire for the apartment that was directly above us, they had to put a hole in our ceiling in our living room and run the hose up through the ceiling in our living room. There was water damage everywhere. The fire had burned up the electrical wires. Now, the gas and electric company was able to restore service to the apartment complex and our apartment unit later that evening. I don't know, but the phone service had none, had absolutely none. So remember I said to you that 2 weeks from the time we left the hospital, we needed to make sure that, emergency services was accessible by being able to call them in case he went into cardiac arrest. Didn't have no phone. Had no phone. And then what made it worse is that, without delving into a little bit more information, I was able to get a prepaid service for our cell phones. Remember, I couldn't really afford to go with a major vendor. So I was able to get a prepaid service, but his phone was missing. His phone was missing. Mine wasn't, but his was. So this is and this is why I tell caregivers, expect the unexpected. When you're going through this process, things will happen. It won't be easy. I don't care how much I planned, how much I felt like I was organized. I certainly was overwhelmed. I didn't know where to turn to. I didn't know where to start to even begin to build my own support system. I didn't have guides and manuals and people to talk to about this, right? Who could give me knowledge and wisdom from them being caregivers so that I would know how to respond and how to act. And I felt like everything that was being thrown at me, I started to wonder whether or not I deserved it for some reason. Like, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't going to be happy, if that makes sense. So you get to a point as a caregiver when it can be so overwhelming that you wonder if this is what your life is going to be like and what you did to deserve any of this. Because this is not, being a newlywed, this is not what I expected. This is not what I anticipated, but this is, at that time, the life that I was living. There's more to this story. And this is really part one, because we were together almost 21 years. So there's a lot more to this story. And if you want to stay tuned, I'll continue to tell you some things. I'm out.